Hey, this is John again here at RockIT Repairs. We're doing it in Galaxy S3 power button repair. You can see there, here is the power button. Prior to your repair, we're going to put some Capcom tape around this area and around this side. We want to make sure that when we use the heat gun, this guy, we want to make sure that we don't blow any of these chips off, so I like to cover them with the tape just to ensure that they don't get too hot, basically hot enough for the solder to liquefy underneath, and at that point they can move around freely. So we're going to start out this repair taking our yellow tape and just taping up these areas. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this around here. And one more loop. You don't need too much on this repair because it's okay. Okay. I'm going to leave it open behind here. Just make sure that when you do turn on your heat gun, that you keep the airflow on a very low. Most heat guns probably 4, which is even less than midway. 4.5 is normally the midway point. So keep it 4 or lower on the actual speed of your air coming out, because it will, at the right temperature, will heat these chips up and blow them around. So now we're going to take this flux. This is an MG chemical flux, same flux we always use. I'm just going to put a little bit around the power button that exists already. Not really worried about if I get some on top of it or anything like that, because this one's actually going to get removed and replaced. So, alright. So I got my heat gun. It's up to 465 degrees. I am going to begin heating this up. Won't take long, that's for sure. There we go. It's about ready. I can see it's, there we go, it's heating up good. Alright. There it is. Alright. So we have pulled the old one off. You can see right here. There are 2 holes. There's a hole right here, and then there's a hole actually right here. These 3 pads on the back side, they're actually surface. Alright. Alright. I am going to find some wick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the soldering braid here, as you can see. I'm going to take a little bit of flux. I'm going to clean up the 2 holes right here. So we're going to put a little bit of flux there, a little bit of flux there. We just want to clean up those 2 front holes because the new power button actually has 2 posts on the front that you'll see. Let's see if I can get it in there. There you go. I don't know if you can see that, but it has 2 little posts on the front. So we want to make sure we get these cleaned all the way out first. So I'm going to go ahead and you might have to turn your soldering iron up a little bit sometimes to make sure you're getting all the solder out. I also recommend a tip. You can see this tip's got a little bit of a flat edge to it. Let me see if I have another tip that kind of what I don't recommend right now. I don't see my other tip right here, but oh, here it is. See that tip? This tip, for example, is just a little too sharp. The tip of it doesn't get hot enough to actually go down in these holes. You'd think it would be perfect, but it just doesn't work. This flatter, wider area, it works much better at getting all the solder out. You can see it's actually pulled all the solder up already, so that's exactly what we wanted. Alright, so what I'm doing now is, now that I've cleared all the solder out, looks good to go. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit more flux back down, so to make it nice and easy to solder that new power button down. When I lay the new power button down into those holes that I cleaned out, just make sure it sits as flush as possible. Otherwise, the back where you actually have to solder it down is going to be sitting kind of seated above the solder area, and so you're not going to have the back of it close enough to the board to actually solder it down. So, excuse my fingers, but okay, looks like I got it in there now. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put a little bit of solder on the dip. I'm hit this corner right here. I'll hold it down with this, just like this. Okay. We'll do this side now. Okay. Done the front too. Now I'm going to come around on the back side and do these. Okay, got that one. I'm going to go for the one in the middle. Whew. Not in the best viewing angle because of the camera right now. Alright, perfect. This last one's going to be real tricky because it's all the way around on the other side. Alright, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so. Perfect. Touch this middle one up a little bit. It looks weird on the camera, but just the way the solder is sitting. Alright, perfect. Okay. Alright, and that is it. Now basically all you're going to do is take your toothbrush, you're going to want to clean off this area. And you're good to go. Put it back in, test it. As long as everything works, make sure you can hold it down and it'll turn it off. Make sure it doesn't kind of flicker on and off. Sometimes when it flickers on and off, it means that your one of your solder points are not 100%. So if you can't see it with your eye, try to look under a microscope and get a better idea. All right, thank you so much. Take care.